Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chicago here on NHL 23 here in our franchise mode. Of course, if you guys missed the last episode, I will leave a link in the description. You guys can check that out. But pretty much we got the draft done in last episode, and we were here at free agency. It's kind of where we stopped at. And the pending question from last video was, are we going to sign Leon Draisaitl? Now, of course, Draisaitl, 95 overall, full X factors. I mean, he is like one of the best players in the league, obviously, and in the game it's represented well. But the only thing is, he is asking for a lot of money. Like, if we were to sign this guy, we'd have to give him somewhere around this area, like just under 14 million, which is a lot. And considering that we have a shit ton of young players that we're going to have to sign here soon, and speaking of one, Connor Bedard right here does need an extension, which I'll get to in a second, but we're going to need to extend guys like Reichel is up. I'm not too worried about these two because they're getting old, but Newhook is up, and I will get to him in a second as well. But yeah, any of these guys like Korchinski, Catone, they're going to grow, they're going to get better. Nazar, and all these guys could ask for a lot of money. We got Lenny, Kasparaitis, Nolan Allen, Wallinder. Defensively, it's pretty much a toss-up before we're going to have playing. But we have all these young players who are going to need money because a lot of them are on their ELC still. As you can see, like 900, if they're in the purple, they're on their ELC. Like, they're still making no money pretty much. And then, of course, we do have our goaltenders as well who are going to want a little bit of money. Camesso coming up as well. So we have to watch out for that. But the two things I said to hold on to were Bedard and Newhook. So as you can see, Connor Bedard does want an extension, and that is huge for us. And if we take a look over 8 years, he only wants $11.5 million, which is not bad at all. And with the 12% trick, we can get about it's like 10 and 1/6 or something, but I'll offer him 10.25. I still think that is a steal for us, and I am making no hesitation offering him that. And then if we look here, Reichel does not want too much money himself. I feel like we can do like a 3 or 4 year deal for like $5.5 million, somewhere around there. And I did not mean to hit circle twice. But I mean, I'm fine with that contract, but I'll wait on him for a second. Now, Alex Newhook. So he is looking for about $6.5, $7 million, which again isn't bad. The only thing is with him, he is kind of the odd man out with our roster setup. So if we look at our forwards, just ignore Kane and Pavelski right now because they're going to retire in a couple years anyway, right? But for the future, you're going to have Bedard and DeBrincat on that first line. And then we're thinking either Reichel or Catone for this year, and it's definitely going to be Catone in a couple years. So that's your first line, is Catone, DeBrincat, Bedard. Then second line right now, it's looking like Reichel. Nazar could come up. We have Lenny who could come up. So that could be your second line in the future. And then we still have guys like Caswell who could also make the second line. And considering that Newhook is 24, which is still young, but he's getting to the point where he might not grow in a couple years, he's kind of the odd guy out. And what is his ceiling? I mean, he had a great year for us last year, 63 points, 63 points on that second line, which is definitely good. A lot better than his previous year as well. Wasn't as good for us in the playoffs, but I mean, he had a good year, all things considered. So it's not a surprise why he's asking for this kind of an extension. But I think we might want to look at another free agent here. So if we take a look back at free agency, if we go to forwards, you'll notice a guy, Quinton Byfield. So Byfield, of course, an RFA in LA. The reason I messed up with 71 points earlier is because that is what he put up last year with the Canes. I would assume he's playing first line. Yeah, looks like it. But 71 points, a great year for him. Center power forward. He is a 90 overall at 22 with high elite potential. So that is a lot better than Newhook. So if we take a look at this trade that I was thinking here. Let's go to the Canes. If we take a look, let's add Byfield. Now, they don't want to give him up, which is a big thing because a lot of times with RFAs, the teams are willing to trade their player. But in this case, and I can understand why. I mean, Quinton Byfield is a great player. But if we line this up, of course, this is not even close, right? But if we add our first-round pick, which I am not opposed to trading, as we know we can contend. We made the playoffs last year. And I think with this roster setup, we definitely could make the playoffs once again. This is looking like a more even trade. We might still have to add more to it, but, I mean, I am perfectly fine with this trade, at least myself. I think the first is worth the upgrade. Byfield is somebody who could be with us for long term. And if you've seen on the free agent screen, he's looking for about a little under $11 million over 7 years. So if we trade for him, have his rights, we might be able to offer him like $10 million over 7 years or $10.5 million over 7 years, which I'm definitely willing to pay him. Him and Bedard can be making around the same money. He actually might be making more than Bedard, which is funny, but that's not a bad contract. And I mean, with Newhook, you do save a little bit of money, but with Byfield, you know you're getting a superstar. Like, him and Bedard can be our 1-2 punch down the middle forever, really. And then, like, Nazar is center right wing, so he can play the right wing. Katone is center left wing, and I think I'm going to put him at left wing anyway, because his face-offs, if we look here, I believe they're only 70 overall. And with his potential as well, I mean, he's probably going to be a first-line forward in a couple years. So, yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to put him on the wing there. So him, Bedard, and DeBrincat could be the first line. And then the second line could have, like, Byfield. It could have Reichel. It could have Caswell. You know, it could be any of these guys. Now, the only thing is, obviously, the big trade, one of the big trades we made last episode in the draft was acquiring Lenny for that 5th overall pick, because we said we needed a power forward. So it kind of messes with that a little bit, considering Byfield is a power forward. But I think it should be okay anyway, even if he plays on the same line with him. He's got the X factors, so I figure, I don't know how the chemistry is with power forwards on the same line, but like, I know obviously the classic center, sniper, playmaker, and power forward is like the big chemistry fit, but I'm sure we can work around it anyway. I mean, we're playing Bedard and DeBrincat on the same line, and they're snipers. So, and then having Katone as the playmaker, there's going to be absolutely perfect. And these guys are all with X factors. Like, that's just going to be a great line no matter what. But yeah, I mean, what is Cadway? He's a playmaker, right? Yeah. So, I mean, either way, I think it should be okay. That is the only thing that is kind of making me think here now, because of Lenny being a power forward. But I think, you know, just with the ceiling of Byfield as compared to Newhook, I think this would be worth it. And with him, we could lock up Byfield right now. Once the cap goes up, it'll look like a great contract in a couple years. Shit. I don't know, man. This is tough now that I'm thinking about it. I think I still want to go for this, though. I think I do. I think the upgrade is going to be worth it. Newhook played great for us, but I think getting a guy like Quentin Byfield is just going to absolutely bolster this roster. I mean, this is what you get guys like Newhook for. You acquire, you give up assets, and then you keep upgrading. Because we weren't trading our first-round picks up until now, being a rebuilding team, and we didn't know where we were going to be last year. But now that I know that we can contend, I think it's time to make that next push. This is how you do it. I mean, Kane and Pavelski aren't going to be here much longer. While they still have games left in them, we might as well try to push for a cup. And I think this will give us a better chance of doing that. So I'm going to try this first, Newhook, and the first for Quentin Byfield. Will that go through? No. Didn't think so. All right. So let's take a look at who they want from us. Now, defensively, we still have too many defensemen. These four are going to be our top four this year, most likely. But then we have Walliner, Kasparaitis, Allen, Rinzel, and Pellikka. So we have too many defensemen. I want to keep Pellikka and Kasparaitis because of their X factors and potential. But I think guys like one of these two, Walliner or Allen, become expendable. And they do want both of them, so that is something to consider. Walliner is younger and is an overall higher, but he doesn't have X factors. The value is in favor of Allen, and I think it's because of those X factors. Defensive defenseman, two-way defender. Walliner is a lot better on that third pair. And he is a right defenseman, which I don't think it matters, right? Because, yeah, all these guys can play wherever. So, I don't know. I'm thinking Allen becomes expendable just because. I mean, he does have the X factors, which helps, and he is a Chicago pick. Well, so is Molinder, but okay. I think two ways are easier to match with chemistry. I mean, but the X factors help too, though. That is the 2-year difference is pretty big though, and being an overall higher. Yeah, let's add Allen in. I think I'm fine. I'm not gonna try to ask for anything back, so I'm gonna go with Newhook, Allen, and a first for Quinton Byfield. Will that go through? No. All right. Any prospects that they want that I'm willing to give up? One of these two maybe, or even Riley Green. Or Ryan Green, excuse me. He didn't do too much last year, only 40 points. I think he was on like the first line. Only a 78, already 21 years of age. I think I'm willing to give up Ryan Green in this deal. So Green, Allen, Newhook, and a first for Byfield. Will that go through? No. We're still hugely off the mark, I guess. And then what if I add... We do have a lot of draft capital for this year. What if I add a San Jose third? Will that do anything? Still no. Okay. Let me try a second. Let me try our second. It has more value for some reason. So this is a lot to give up for Byfield. Newhook, a first, a second, Allen, and Green. I still think it's worth it for us, but will this go through? No. Damn. So this might not happen, actually. I'm not giving up 2 firsts in this deal yet. I don't think we have... I don't think this makes sense to trade for anymore. So we might stick with Newhook for the year. And he might be a trade piece at the deadline of the draft. But I think if we're going to contend, we're not going to trade him unless there might be somebody at the trade block, though. So we can extend him before the draft starts, too, if we want to trade him. So, yeah, I'm good with that. And then I think I might want to extend Reichel right now. I think that is a pretty good contract for him. I'll try 5.25, I think. Over 4 years, which is fine for me. Because, yeah, I don't want to pay him too much. But I think, 87, he's got high top 6 now. He's gonna be playing on the first or second line this year. I think this should be all right, and I think that's still a movable contract, even if he's only like an 85, 86. So I'm gonna offer that to him as well. And then Newhook, I will wait on for now. These two I'm not concerned about at the moment. So that is that part, and then as you'll notice too, we still are below the cap for this year. The problem is we don't really need anything technically. We could use... Actually, I think we do need another forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So we could use another forward. And the guy that I was looking at to put us over the cap and to really, solidify that forward core. Let me go down to him here. Right here. Claude Giroux. So Giroux, he has 5 X factors, which will help with chemistry. Of course, he's got good face-offs, could be really good for the penalty kill, could put him on the power play if I needed to. I think he's just the perfect, two-way guy to fill our roster. So I'm off for 1 year. I'll give him, 4.5, or maybe even 5 just to make sure I'm over the cap. Yeah, I'll give him 5, because I don't plan on trading him either way. Even if he's playing on, the 4th line, he's going to be useful with those X factors. So I'm going to offer him that for 1 year. So I don't mind the overpay. I actually need to overpay him just to get above the cap floor anyway. After this year, for next year, we shouldn't have any issues with the cap because we are starting to sign players to big money contracts. Is there any scouts? Oh yeah, there's a couple of really good ones. So I'm gonna offer these A scouts and then fire our lower overall ones. And I won't go too crazy. Oh, there actually is a lot, though. Any more A's? Now we're down to B. Okay. So how many did I offer? 3? 4. So let me... I know I offered WHL a couple, so I'll fire this guy. I think one of them was OHL. And then one of them was Nordic, but we don't have one anyway. So 3-3. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll fire one of these Russia guys, and now we have enough room. All right, perfect. So I think Giroux's the only guy I want to target in free agency. We have our goalie situation with Gustafsson and Comesso. We have, I mean, as you saw, we have a shit ton of defensemen. So I think it's just going to matter of who fits on our team overall-wise. So I'll wait till the start of the season to trade anybody. And then, yeah, like, I just think we're set now. You know, Draisaitl obviously would have been a great player to sign. There's not many players that go up to 95 overall. But for the sake of our future and the sake of asset management, I don't think that money is worth it to lose out on one of our guys. And, you know, I want to kind of build this team. Like, you know, we drafted a lot of these guys. I know we signed back, like, Kane and DeBrincat, but they were in Chicago, so I think it's fine. But guys like Reichel, and then guys that we drafted, like Korchinski, well, we didn't draft, but in our system, like Korchinski, Catone, Nazar, just anybody that was drafted by Chicago, I'd like to see make the team, just to have a little bit of legitimacy. So there is that. And then, yeah, I think we just start simming here. We kind of took care of everything that we needed to. And we're in a pretty good spot. We're just set up nicely. Got a lot of nice young talent. Some mix of veterans in there as well. Andrew does sign. I'm not surprised. Now the big question is, okay, Reichel signs his extension. Now what about Bedard? Yes. All right. So Connor Bedard is officially locked up. $10,250,000 for 8 years. 8 more years of Connor Bedard in Chicago. That is beautiful. Where is he? There he is, yeah. So actually technically 9 because it's an extension. So he will not be a free agent until past that I can even scroll. But it'll be when he's 27. So that is a long ways away. So we should have Bedard for, like, even if we have to sign him again, you know, down the road, if we make it that far, we'll have him for the rest of this franchise, I think. And what I plan to do, too, is once we start kind of getting to the end, like, say we have a couple cups or we haven't won, just like when we're in deep in this franchise mode and it's getting late in the year or, you know, it's kind of past its prime, I might do a live stream of the last episode and just keep simming like the year, see if we can win a cup and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think we're ready to sim to the next season. I don't need to make any more moves. I have the guys extended that I wanted. I signed 1 free agent. Oh, actually, let me make sure that I'm above the cap floor. I should be. Yeah, I am. All right, good. So we'll have money going into next year as well. A couple of those extensions do kick in. Phil Cut? No. I'm going to play Phil on the 4th line, unless I get, like, a crazy Jonathan Taves. What overall is he these days? I'm not going to give up. You know, I'm not going to do this trade no matter what, but he's an 83. So maybe Taves is a guy we target at the deadline if we need a forward, but I doubt we need anything right now. And then, yeah, I think we're ready for this year. We're set up well, as I said before, and here we are. So, edit lines. Let's see what kind of overalls and chemistry we're looking at. Okay, a couple of +5s, but we're not going to go with these lines. So what is Catone on that first line? That is a +5. Okay, and now where does Reichel? A +2. All right, Berkeley Catone is going to be on the first line this year. Now this is a +5 because of the chemistry with X factors, but that's not going to happen. So Reichel's going to be there, Newhook's going to be there. Okay, that's not even a plus though. How about Lenny? The third line's a +5 either way though, so that's good. I'll play Giroux at center. Which it kind of helps that he's left wing though, but his face-offs. I gotta get Nazar in there. He's a third liner, so he's gonna be up. That kills that. Chemistry though. Yeah, we actually have too many forwards, I guess, kinda. Giroux might be playing 4th line this year, as I kinda mentioned. But I mean, shit, man, gotta do what we gotta do. And then who should Kane play up here? That line gets a +5. Who's a center, though? Oh, Pavelski, obviously. there isn't really much chemistry because of... Shit, man, this is hard. Because now the X factors are messing up all the chemistry. I might go with these lines regardless, because this is how we would be set up in terms of growing players, and because this line is great. Let's look at defense real quick. Korchinski is up to an 85. What is this top pair? Oh, I like that. Okay. I'll do that as a top pair. And then we'll keep Korchinski on the one-timer side. Why not? Kasparov up to an 81. That is beautiful. Wallinder's up to an 84. Damn. What is Allen? He's up to an 82. Yeah, that would have been... That... Man, if we would have traded him, we wouldn't have regretted it, I guess. Wallinder in 84 is crazy. He is ready for the second pair, but the only thing is... Did we ruin that contract? Yeah, yeah. Let's leave that for now. So he might get hindered a little bit, but... I mean, there's not much I can do. Also want to do that. Yeah, it's still... Okay. Alright, we'll leave that. And Kasparov is full on that first line. That top pair. So him and Korchinski for the future is looking nice. Alright, so I'll leave this set up like this for now. Like, I don't want to do the grandpa line just to get the +5. Like, I'd rather play our young guys in good spots. I'm gonna give them a chance. So I'm gonna do this forward setup, I think, to start. And then, yeah, I think these two are odd men out in terms of, the only thing is we could cash in on Wallinder's value, because he's gonna have great value, and I think we might only tank it playing him on the third pair. So that's something to think about. And then what overall is Comesso? Yeah, he's ready for the NHL. So, Schmid is going to play in the AHL this year. And it's not like he had a great year last year anyway, so I don't feel bad. So we're going to do that swap. And then just so it doesn't fuck our lines up, let's put in Comesso. Here we go. And Schmid as the starter there. Oh yeah, so what overall is Caswell? Is he up here? Is he still not, like, up? Wouldn't he be on one of these teams? Is he? There's no way he's still playing in that one league, right? Hold on. Didn't I sign him? Why is he not? Oh, wow, okay, he's still in junior. Okay. I don't know why I can't... Oh, I probably could call him up, though, right? Like, if I... Let me go to roster moves here. In the system... Yeah, I could call him up if I wanted. Okay. So, do we want to play Caswell in the NHL this year? I think he's played enough years in junior. And he'd replace probably Colasar. Which I kind of wanted to play, you know, get like a gritty guy in there, but... He might even help the chemistry on that fourth line anyway. So I think I'm going to bring up Caswell. I can at least see what that that chemistry and everything's looking like. Because, yeah, how many years has he played down there? Like 3 or 4? Yeah, he's already played 3. Yeah, we drafted him 2 years ago. I think he's ready. He's a depth forward anyway. Let me go ahead and do that. And Pelika's also up to an 80. That is something to consider. So I wonder, is he... Why is he on the bottom pair? Oh, it says he's minor top 2 still. Who's somebody I compare with him? Not a lot, but we'll go with Del Mastro, I guess, to get this. Man, these AHL defenders don't have any chemistry. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we do there. Okay. So, alright, I'll play him there. Is he getting power play minutes and shit? Yeah, okay. And damn, Sokolov, our big playoff performer last year, he's in the AHL, but we just do not have room for him. Ryan Green is up to an 80. I'll leave him in the AHL. Hopefully these guys can have a better year, because my god. No one produced offensively hardly, and that is a surprise with how many high overall players we have. So Caswell is up here. Let's see what kind of chemistry we're looking like over here. A -1? How the fuck is that? Oh, he just doesn't belong on the third line, I guess, but who... I mean, that's a bit extreme to have one of these guys on the fourth, though. Damn. Is that a real -1? Let me back out and go back in. Let me see if that's just a glitch or an actual minus. It is a -1. Damn, okay. Maybe... Because if I move him down, it's going to be juniors, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, how about... I didn't really want to take out Kessel, but you would think he would have better chemistry because... Well, I guess it's about the coach fit. Let me see. Is Kolasar have a good coach fit? Oh, he's really high on that fourth line. Okay. So maybe we do that. And Phil kind of just gets... Like, he can just be a depth forward for the playoffs if someone's not producing or... Something like that. I shit in my mouth. Sorry about that. Yeah. I want to take a look at, Wallinder's value right now because we might have to just cash in on that and then play... like Allen or Renzel or something. Probably Allen, but he doesn't fit in the third line, though. Let me see if there's any... X factors do help, though. So he has that. Yeah, it's a -1. How about Renzel? Also a -1. Okay. So that is interesting. And then even a guy like Pellica, I know it says minor top 2, but... Shit, he could play in the NHL. Him and Kasparaitis reunited. See, this is when we get overstocked on shit. Now it starts to become hard to get like a game plan, pretty much. So I'm looking at defensemen here. Wow, that actually isn't that much value. Okay. Maybe he's just a third pair guy for us. He has the best chemistry, so I'm not opposed to that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully Pellica just has an insane season. He's got every, like, possible... I wish Caswell could play in the AHL. I don't know why that's being a bitch. Oh, wait, he's playing in the NHL now, isn't he? On that fourth line. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm good with that. Alright, I think I like this forward setup. And then... I mean, do I trade these two, or what do we do here now? Because Pellica's next in line, if we're going to replace anybody anyway. So is there anything I can get for... How about just Allen? It's probably like maybe a second-round pick. Yeah, second and third. There's some prospects I can get. If I can get like a first-round pick for him and... was it Renzel that's not playing, right? Yeah, it has to be. No trades, okay. How about manually? Could I swing a deal here? Because we just don't have room for them. Straight up, like we have too many defensemen. So team that is given, is there any? Usually teams don't want to give up their first at the beginning of the year though. Second round pick. Yeah. By the way, oh, I forgot to check, like, the free agency, like, what happened. Did Byfield ever sign in, LA? Oh, he did. Yeah, they got a 1-year deal with him. Okay. Where did, Leon Draisaitl and Jacob Chikrin sign is the big question, though. Let's check Chikrin first, just to leave the suspense a little bit. Let's see if I know how to spell it. I think that's the beginning of it, so we'll just look that up. And Chikrin goes to the Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, so they just replaced Shea Theodore after I traded for him. 6 years at almost $13 million is a lot, though. So, I mean, is it really worth the upgrade to 4 overall for that much more money? I don't think so. And then Dry. Let's see where Leon Draisaitl signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So they got their replacement for Crosby. That is a big move for them. Let's take a look at Pittsburgh. Let's see who they... Like, do they still have Gensel? Is Crosby still there? I don't think he retired. Yeah, Crosby. They're actually looking to trade him, but... Yeah, they have Draisaitl, Gensel, Konechny. They also signed, who was in free agency. Rodriguez is there, Crosby, Rust, Malkin. Yeah, they still have a lot of these guys. Even Latane at 80 overall, okay. And then, do they have a good goalie? Yep, Jari. Okay, they have, like, the same team, but with those two added. So, Pittsburgh looking to make a final run before all of their Hall of Fame players retire. And might as well. I mean, why not? That's if they don't trade them all anyway. So what were we doing? We were looking to trade these two. Alright, let's see if they even match up to a first-round pick. Because Allen has more value than Wallinder. And I think it's solely because of those X factors. And let me put in a first-round pick, just like from Anaheim. Yeah, they're definitely worth a first. So let's find a team who we might be able to get like a decent first-round pick from. Calgary looks like shit. I mean, not shit. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. I think a lot of these teams are going to be good, though. Jesus, Colorado, my God. Would be like preferably an Eastern Conference team as well. My God, Mo Seider up to 95, Matthews at 96. Red Wings looking really good as well. McDavid's at 99. That's good to see. Damn, a lot of these teams have like a 1-2 punch, like high 90 and high 90, which we could have had with him and Draisaitl, but I'm trying to build like a good team. Yeah, every team has like a 90 plus overall, a couple of them. So a team like Philadelphia is kind of lagging behind here, and their first is worth a lot. They do want both of these guys and this, so we could try to acquire Phillies first and hope that they don't finish well. So I'm gonna try this. Do they want that? Nope. Oh, this shit about the same position. Let me add like a fourth. Does that do anything? Okay, Allen they like. What if I package them separate? Is there somebody else we can give up? This kind of is unrealistic, but I really don't care. One of these two can probably go. I'll just choose to keep Musty because he has a silhouette. Pretty stupid idea, but a reason. And I'll add a third from next year. Alright, does that go through? No. How about... I guess, I mean, a second might be worth it. I mean, I might, you know what, instead of doing this shit, because this doesn't even feel right anyway, I'm just gonna take whatever I'm offered, like, couple picks for these guys, and then just keep recycling. Yeah, so Renzel, he's looking like 2/3, a second and a third from Boston, and Buffalo. A second, third, and a low 9. What are we feeling here? Dallas, same thing. A bunch of prospects. 62 offers? That is crazy. Alright, I might just accept... I don't even want the roster spot, I don't think, anyway, of whoever they're offering. So let's take a second and a third from... Was it Tampa that was also offering one without a player? Yeah, we'll just go, we'll go Tampa here. And then for Allen... 2 seconds from Buffalo. In Colorado. I like 2 seconds. That is pretty good for Allen. I'm not really talking about what I'm thinking here, but yeah, I think we'll take 2 seconds from Buffalo is good for me. And so we add a lot more draft capital once again. So this year's draft, we're gonna have a first and 4 seconds, 3 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 sixths, and 2 sevenths. And then next year, as of now, we have a first, 2 seconds, a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So, stocked up on more prospects, but they could help towards like a big blockbuster trade down the road. So I'm not upset with that. And then, did we have to set any new captains at all? Who did we have? Bedard is an A, Kane is an A, and yeah, that's fine. Alright, so let's figure out our lines here then. We have Kessel as a depth option. AHL is fine. Alright, so power play. This is a weird setup. So Bedard at the wing there. We'll leave Theodore up there. I could have Pavelski just... Or actually Giroux, just for the face-off. I kind of like that. And then we put DeBrincat on the point. And we could go Kane or Catone. Yeah, I'll put Catone there. Yeah, +5. All this... See, the X Factors now are really coming in clutch. And then, who has the best face-offs here? Probably Pavelski. Definitely not Kane. Actually, Newhook might. Yeah, 83. We'll put Newhook there. And then... Ooh, Pavelski has big tipper, though. Yeah, we'll put him there. And then... Yeah, we might just go no defenseman on this one. Oh, but we need Korchinski. So Newhook might be the odd one out, unless we want to do Reichel out. 89 offensive awareness. 89 two-way forward as opposed to a... let me try taking out Reichel because it's a two-way forward. And add in Korchinski. Yeah, alright. I'm good with that then. And then... Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave the non-one-timer right there. I like that. Unless we want to do Newhook. But I feel like Big Tipper, if he's at center, he would be more in front of the net. So I'll leave that. Four-man, Bedard needs to be up here. I'll put Korchinski on this line. So let's swap Kane there. Because he's going to probably be... No, he's going to be on the second, I think. Giroux's going to come off, though. And I'll give Korchinski first line minutes here. And we'll put... Well, we need to Brincat, obviously. And I think Catone. I think I'm really going to go heavy on Catone with these lines. And then Kane for DeBrincat. And it goes on a +3, but that's fine. And then Theodore. He's got to come off. We could get Caswell some minutes. Playmaker. That wouldn't be bad. And then put Pavelski there, excuse me. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Give some of our young guys some minutes. Penalty kill. X Factor's helping out with that. I think I'll just leave this how it is. Looks like chemistry's all good. So I'm good with whatever they say there. Alright, we have a couple -2s. Let's see what we can do here. Probably not a lot. Pavelski. Oh, Giroux we probably want up, right? Yeah, he's not in. So Giroux right here. I know he's a playmaker, but face-offs will help. And then, do we want Newhook there? Or maybe Nazar? No, he's a playmaker. Does he fit in here, though? No. Alright, I mean, I'm fine with Newhook. Unless we want Pavelski there now, right? Because he's not... Or is he on line 1? No. Alright, so I'm good with that. We're just going to have to deal with the minuses. It's just going to happen no matter what. And then 4-on-4. No, we're going to put those two together here. So Bedard and DeBrincat, they had a ton of chemistry last year. And then we're going to go with Catone and Kane. Yeah. And then we can get, who was the other guy? Or did I already swap them? Okay. Maybe that was the case, because I have Molinder and Kasparaitis. Alright, that's fine. I'll have Pavelski there with, Reichel. Ooh, that means Newhook isn't getting any minutes there, though. It's tough to have all these players. But I am good with that. Unless we want to put Newhook there. Because there's no chemistry here anyway. So let me I'm going to move him up. Because I've given Catone a lot of minutes regardless, so he's getting good minutes. And then I'm good with that. Let's swap you for Korchinski. I was going to. Put you there. And who do we have here? Pavelski and Kane again. Let's go with Catone, because it's only 3-on-3. Might as well get that speed in there. And we will also go with Lucas Reichel. And then I'll go Kane and Pavelski, probably. It's fine. Well, I just said I wanted speed. What is Newhook? Yeah, we'll go Newhook there. Extra attacker, I'm going to put a second line forward there. So we're going to put... Who is our best? Technically Kane. But I could go with, like, Lenny, just because he hasn't got too much ice time. Yeah, I'll go with him. Trying to spread out the minutes as best I can, and then shootout is how it is. That's fine. And then goalies, we have Gustafsson and Comesso, so I think we are all good. I think that is the line setup I want to start with, at least. Of course, we can make changes throughout the year based on player growth, production, all that stuff. So I am good with how this is looking. And yeah, so let us sim to the regular season at the least. Phil Kessel, I honestly wouldn't be opposed to trading, but I don't want to give up picks just to upgrade. So if they offer like that isn't... Alright, I don't need a... Alright, hold on, I gotta take these guys off the trade block. I might disable CPU. Honestly, I might do that because it's just going to slow us down. They never really offer me anything good after a while. So let me turn that off real quick. Where is it? CPU. There's trade offer notifications. Where's that at? Yep, off. Alright. If we want to make a trade, we can set it up ourselves. Just to limit the amount of downtime we have. And let's see who we are going up against here to start this season. And it's going to be the Nashville Predators, so a divisional rival. Right? They're in the Central, right? Yeah. Alright, looks like they've won their first game. So it is in Nashville. We actually have a huge road game stretch here. But let's see what this team has in store for the first game of the season. So, first period, 2-2. Alright. Connor Bedard starts the scoring off. Beautiful on the power play. And Wallinder, who we were considering trading, with a goal to Shane and Johansson for them. Second period is still 2-2. And third period, we win it 3-2. Kevin Korchinski on the power play. And that is a great start to the season. Drew Comesso actually got the nod. So making his debut, and he had a great game. He was the third star. Let me just go to all events. So Bedard from Catone, he gets his first NHL point in his first game. 44 seconds in, so like his first shift is there. And DeBrincat the assist. Kane and Newhook on Wallinder's goal. And then Newhook and Kane on the Korchinski goal. So that is great for us. And let's go into our first home game now. Where is that at? Or who is it against, I should say. Vancouver. We actually have 2 games in a row against them, both at home. A 5-3 loss to Dallas, but then a 3-0 win to Seattle. Against Seattle. So up against Vancouver here. 4th game of the season. First period, 0-0. We are getting outshot. Second period, 2-0 us. There we go. Kane on the power play and Connor Bedard. And third period, 3-0 win. Alex DeBrincat gets the third goal. And who got the shutout? It was Philip Gustafsson. A 32-save shutout. Bedard 2 points. DeBrincat 2 points. Everything is looking good right now. So we can go about a month, I would say. And then just to get a little preview of the season. And take a look at where we're at. And then I think we'll call it there. So I'm hoping for a good year from us, obviously. We should be in the playoffs. I would hope we're in the playoffs, as we are 7-2-0 to start the year. And then, of course, we win or lose 2 in a row, as I say that. Oh, yeah, I didn't take a look at the draft class, but we're not really too worried about that, of course, as we are looking to contend. And that first month is already almost over. And a pretty good start to the year. Yeah, 14-6-1. We are first in our division. The team is still kind of getting its feet wet, getting that chemistry down. We are actually one of the best teams in the league, which is good. So, yeah, already that sim goes by fast, man. You can't even keep up. 21 games into the season. Patrick Kane is actually our leading scorer. So we'll take a look here, and look at that. Newhook, second in scoring, 18 points. DeBrincat was set. So that first line isn't even, like, popping off yet, and the main reason is Catone, only 8 points. Wow, I didn't even notice he's only listed as a third liner. I did not notice that. So that might be... He might have to get a little bit less ice time. That second line, at least Kane and Newhook were doing great. Reichel was kind of trailing behind. So maybe maybe that's a perfect swap. We put Eichel on that first line, try to help him out, try to get them going in general. And then, yeah, it kind of spreads the chemistry a little bit, too. So we'll make that swap for now. And he is the best overall-wise on that position. So there is that. And, yeah, so I think we are ready to go into this season. In the next episode, we should get the season done and maybe even the playoffs, depending on how fast that goes by. But as far as this episode goes, I think we are all set. Thank you guys, of course, for watching this one as well. The support recently has been really good. We're starting to get consistent viewership, which is nice. I don't usually like to ask for this, but if you guys want to leave a comment, leave a like, just to let me know if you guys liked the video, of course, and if you want to see more. And if you have any suggestions, please definitely let me know down below. But that is it for now, and as always, take care.